Hi guys, it's our first day in Tokyo and we're visiting some temples. I'm dressed in a kimono and I absolutely love it. It took a lot of time to actually dress up. It's about a 1 hour procedure. I have about 3 layers underneath, but I still love it. It's absolutely amazing.
We traveled to Japan in April as we really wanted to see the blossom trees, and our first stop was Tokyo. On the first day, I dressed up in the beautiful kimono that you just saw, and we visited Sansuji, which is one of the most famous temples in Tokyo. What I would recommend you to do is to go early in the morning before all the crowds start arriving, so you can take nice pictures, you can go around and explore. There is also an incredible market just in front of Sansuji, so you can go there for some food. You can get breakfast there, for example. And what we did after is we walked to Tokyo Skytree, which is the tallest tower in Tokyo, and it has a 360-degree view over the city, which is absolutely stunning. I would recommend you to go during the day, or the best time would be actually to go just before sunset, so you get the view at day and at night. Unfortunately, our schedule was super busy, so we couldn't do that, but the view was really incredible. Then we headed to Tsukiji Market, which is one of the busiest markets in town. And what I love there is the vintage shops that you can find at every corner. It's also a lot of food stores and a lot of cool souvenirs that you can get there. Another area that you have to visit in Tokyo is Akihabara, and especially the arcade terminal, which are full of various video games. On our third day in Japan, we headed to Kyoto, which was the old capital of Japan and still the cultural center of the country. I would recommend you to spend there at least 3 days as it's full of beautiful temples and incredible places to visit.
Hello from Kyoto. We made it to Kyoto today. We travel with the train. It's about 2 hours and a half from Tokyo. Super easy and super comfortable. But now we are at our first stop in Kyoto, which is the Golden Palace. Just
It is one of the most popular buildings in Japan, and it attracts millions of visitors every year, and this is mainly due to its perfect gold color, which is really unprecedented for such buildings in Japan. The temple is about 1 hour outside of the center of Kyoto. You can go with public transport, but since the area is full of other beautiful temples, I would recommend you to just spend the day around there. There's no real need to book anything before you go to the temples, as you can get the tickets right away. There are usually no big queues for the tickets. And what I would certainly recommend you is to make a list of all the temples that you want to visit before you start the tour, so you know exactly how much time you can spend around. There, for example, is one of the biggest temples in Kyoto and a really must visit place while you're there. Make sure to visit before the closing time, at least 1 hour, so you get enough time to explore and to create all the amazing pictures. Just before sunset is really incredible to go there, so definitely go around that time of the day. For our third day in Kyoto, we decided to get dressed in kimonos again. Usually the Japanese people would go to a kimono shop to get dressed for specific occasions or when they're traveling and they want to take beautiful pictures around the city, and this is exactly what we did.
Hi guys, we're in the Imperial Palace and we're dressed in kimonos again and I absolutely love it. So let's have a look what's around.
The Kyoto Imperial Palace is the former royal house of the Emperor of Japan, and the emperor used to live there up until 1869, when the palace was moved to Tokyo. Apart from many incredible temples, Kyoto is also full of amazing markets, and it's a tour experience to go around them and try and serve the typical local food. There are a lot of different typical foods from the different regions. So, for example, you'll find different things in Kyoto, in Tokyo, and Osaka. So definitely give them a try when you're in the city. Our final stop in Kyoto was Fushimi Inari Shine Temple, which is a must-see. Another incredible experience that we had while in Kyoto was to go on one of the geisha shows and see their dancing and learn more about their culture. Number of geishas in Japan have decreased significantly in the past few decades, but there's still some living in Kyoto, and you can go to one of the shows, but they run only a couple of months during the year and you have to book in advance. Our next stop after Kyoto was Osaka, but before going there, we stopped at Himeji Castle, and it was totally worth it. It's an 8th-floor castle made completely out of wood. It's the highest wooden building in Japan, and it will leave you speechless. So definitely keep it on your list for travels when you're in Japan, and you have probably seen it before in one of the James Bond movies. After visiting the castle, we explored the city and we went to Osaka, where we enjoyed this incredible view from our hotel room. We stayed at Conrad Osaka, and later in the evening we went to one of the most incredible food experience ever. Osaka is famous for its restaurants, so we decided to go and try the famous puffer fish. It is one of the most poisonous fishes in the world, and it's not allowed to import in Europe and the Americas. So we decided to go to one of the most famous places for it in Osaka. The restaurant specializes in puffer fish, and this is very important if you decide to try this fish. Definitely go to a place that is famous for it, so you don't take any risk. What was strange is that the fish tasted like chicken. After dinner, we went for a walk to Dotonbori Street, which is one of the most famous streets in Osaka. It's full of colorful billboards and it feels like Times Square of Japan. It's a place with a lot of ambient at evening, so definitely give it a try. It's full of restaurants and bars, and it's really a lot of fun just to go for a walk there. The next stop on our trip was Nara. It's about 1 hour from Osaka, so it's a very quick journey. And Nara was one of the places really high on my list, mainly due to its inhabitants. It's full of reindeers that walk around just freely. Nara is a small village with really nice nature, and it's full of beautiful temples, so it's perfect to spend a day there. Some people stay there longer, but I would really recommend you to just go for a day and return at evening to Osaka. Apart from the reindeers, another reason why Nara is so famous is due to the huge Buddha statue, which you will find at the Kokage Temple, which is the reason why millions of Buddhists visit the place every year. As I said, Osaka is particularly famous for its food, and there are so many different street markets, so definitely make sure to try them while in the city. After 2 days in Osaka, we traveled back to Tokyo, where we spent 3 more days before heading back to Europe. We got extremely lucky at our visit to Gokokuji Temple, as we witnessed a wedding, and look at the garments they were wearing. It was absolutely fantastic. Another experience that you have to try when in Japan is to visit one of the themed cafes. We went to the Maid Cafe and it was so authentic. You just have to visit these places. Thank you so much for watching my vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you want to get notified for future videos, make sure to subscribe.